Hey family, anybody who knows me knows I don't ever wait for stuff to populate or any of that kind of stuff, but I'm trying to get some help and some information to pass along. So, my mom is 85. You talking about soldier? That's a straight up battle worn, for real soldier. Operation Breadbasket, March with King, all kinds of stuff in Chicago, different things like that. And she's been, of course, watching everything that's been going on, with the protests and everything. And the first thing she wanted me to say is how proud she was of all those young people out there just doing it. She was like, I hate physically. She like, I can't be out there with them because we would be out there doing all that same stuff, marching, screaming loud, losing our voices and all of that. But she asked a question that I thought was a really interesting, pertinent question. So I was talking to my husband, and he was saying how a lot of the young people are saying they don't want to hear from the old heads. They tired of all that kumbaya and whatever else that is we talking about, and they not for that, and they don't want to hear nothing we have to say. So when I expressed this, to my mom, and she was saying, like I said, she's so proud. She said, but the question is, what can we do? But her question was more, what is it they want to see us do? So I know I'm not old as my mom, of course not, but physically I'm not, ain't no point in me tripping. The way my body's set up, y'all don't want me out there protesting, because at no point the protests having to get shut down because now everybody got to stop moving so y'all can come out there and help me get to the curb. Now the police, not the police, because we don't want the police, but now the medic people got to come and help me so I can breathe. We ain't got time for that. The whole protest is shut down trying to make sure I ain't dead somewhere. But so many of us are not physically in a position to be out there marching and all that other different stuff. So the question I have is, what is it, again, that the young people would like to see us do? So most of y'all don't have, okay, no disrespect, a whole lot of them young folks don't have day jobs where it's a big deal if you out there 4-5 days and all of that. Okay. Yeah. Aside from my body, my job would be like, you don't want to work? Because you must not going to be working no more because you ain't working. So what is it they want to see us do? What is it we can contribute? Those of us who can. See, there are people out here who have money. So a lot of people and a lot of celebrities and different things, their way of helping was, I'm gonna bail folks out of jail, and I had the money to do that, and I'm gonna contribute and donate to any fund and whatever that is. We got lawyers, so lawyers like, hey, I'll take some pro bono, get some people off. But for those of us who are not that, we need to at least make these kids know that we have their backs, that we are interested, that we are with them. Because even though the way they handled certain things, all of them, not all of them, may not have been our go-to. Because let's keep it 100. Those that were protesting, they wasn't looting. Those that was looting, they wasn't protesting. So, and now those, and again, let's be clear, those that wasn't looting, I'm not going to say those that wasn't destroying stuff wasn't protesting. Because being a young person, your emotions rule 90% of what you do. And that was how you felt. That was the maturity level or your ability or your whatever you want to call that. And that's what you felt like was something you can do. So I'm not even tripping on that. I hate to say it. Damaging stuff in our communities was damaging for a much longer time, much more damaging to us. However, damaging some other things, I'm sorry, like I said, you're not going to get me to be the one that's going to say, oh, it was so hard when it was all office, because to a degree I understood. But moving past that. So with all of that being said, let's get to the point. It's a lot of us who talk Like I said, my mom has friends that she talks to about this kind of stuff. I have friends that we are, I come from a political family, so my mama had me in politics as soon as I could move a leg. So I have been an elected official. I've done stuff, and I get it. I get all the aspects of it. But right now, what is it I can do? So a lot of our young folks are not on Facebook, and we know this. And I am not savvy enough to be on all the other stuff. But what I will ask is, for those who have young people, you got 20-year-olds, you got teenagers, you got 30-year-olds. Ask them, what conversations are you having with them to back up what you're telling them? We understand, go vote. We get that. And we're so busy telling them what to do, but we're not asking them how we can support them in what they're doing. So how many of you are sitting down having that conversation? How many of you are talking about, okay, well, what would you like to see happen? What would make a difference to you? And I think those are conversations. I think too often in the conversation, we spend a lot of time telling our young people, no, you need to listen to me. But at the same time, our young people being totally discouraged by the fact nothing has moved in our lifetimes, feel like we haven't done enough. So at what point do we sit down at the table together and have the conversations, and we not be the people that are leading the conversations? We are actually the people who are listening. One of the things I'm going to mention on here, which has nothing to do, well, I won't say it has nothing to do, but rest in peace, Dr. Worrell. Me and my mom have went to a couple of things at Northeastern, and it was awesome. But what made me think of him in that moment was the times where my mom took me to the different things that they had at the center, and I'm in my early 20s, and my mom's in her 60s at the time. So that was, even though that was my mother, that was two vastly different generations sitting down and at least being able to be heard if we wanted to be heard. So again, my point of this and my question and my charge to all my people on here, friends or whoever this reaches, if you have young people in your life, if, nieces, nephews, sons, whatever it is, have that conversation without you leading the conversation. See where their head is at, because they may have ideas that we never thought of. And sometimes it's for us to take the back seat and give them the opportunity to lead us some places too. Because this thing's going on in the world that we don't really understand how everything works now. We just don't. There are certain things we get. We get that we need our lawyers and our judges to tell us about what's going on with the judiciary. We need to know who are the bad judges and different stuff like that. You can tell that without it jeopardizing your career. You can wire up your family and tell them to spread that information. If you a cop and it's bad cop said, you can tell your people, hey, if you run into cop this one, that one, this is such or whatever, be mindful. You can wire people up and different stuff like that. Because again, our kids are out in the street, and to us, we tell them, hey, everybody is bad, be careful of everybody. And we tell them, be careful of your friends you hang around and all that, and that's true. But at the same time, they're in them streets way more than we are. So sometimes they see the bad cop or they see the bad whoever it is. So they tend to be much more wired in to things we don't know. So how about we start having that conversation? I would like to see, and I'm just trying to say, Red Table Talk. I would love to see Red Table Talk sit down and, opposed to Jada leading the conversation, let some of them young protesters come, let her listen, let Willow lead the conversation. Just a thought, just my thought. So anyway, like I said, I also would like for you all to get some information, talk to your young people, and kind of get back to me, because I would love to be able to tell my mom, all these people said these are all the things that can be done. And it's not just her. It might be older seniors at the church or whatever who want to do something and just don't know what they can do at this time. So be safe, be well, be loved. Later.